Let's get right into it. Number 7. Dreams you didn't sign off on. You ever wake up in a cold sweat and think, why was I flying through a grocery store on a dolphin with my ex from 8th grade? You didn't ask for that. You didn't write that. You weren't even emotionally prepared for that. That was your brain freelancing again. When you sleep, your logical brain clocks out. Meanwhile, your limbic system, the part responsible for emotions, throws an after-hours rave with your visual cortex. There's no plot, no structure, just raw vibes, and your brain paralyzes your entire body while you dream. Yes, on purpose, because it knows if you tried to physically act out that zombie vacuum cleaner battlefield dream, you'd wake up with broken toes and a lawsuit. Worse, your brain uses dreams to process grief, fear, trauma, and desire, which means you'll randomly sob over your dead hamster from 3rd grade, or feel guilty for cheating on your dream spouse who isn't even real, and the actual spouse you do have? Still mad, some dreams feel symbolic, others feel like horror movie trailers you didn't approve, but none of them are requests. You're just watching the show, you're not the director, you're barely even credited, and when you Google, what does my dream mean, remember this. Your brain just purged a random cocktail of memory bits, unprocessed emotions, and last night's pizza. So next time you wake up thinking, what did that even mean? It didn't. Your brain was just bored. Number 6. Phantom voices. You're in the kitchen, alone. Everything's quiet. Then, hey, you spin around. Nothing. No one. Just your air fryer looking innocent. Welcome to auditory hallucinations. Yes, they're real. And no, they don't mean you're crazy. But your brain is weird. These phantom sounds usually show up when you're overtired, anxious, or caffeinated beyond salvation. Your brain's trying to fill in the environment like an overeager tour guide, and sometimes it just makes stuff up.
It's called pattern completion. Your brain recognizes familiar noise shapes, like a voice, and tries to finish the sentence. It's like your brain's running predictive text on the real world. Only instead of typing, "You're welcome," it whispers, "You forgot." Your auditory cortex and memory systems get scrambled, especially when you're alone or hyper-focused. So if you think you heard your name or a whisper, it might be your brain pinging expected input. And during hypnagogia, that moment just before sleep, the sounds can get vivid. Your brain tosses random audio at the wall like a sound check from the underworld. Snapping twigs, footsteps, a shout, a single word, no source, just brain static with an attitude. So no, your house probably isn't haunted. You're just haunted by your own neurons. Next time you hear something that isn't there, don't panic. Just nod politely and say, "Nice try, Cortex." Number 5. Déjà vu glitch. You step into a cafe. The music's soft. Someone laughs. Your drink hasn't even arrived, but you already feel like this moment happened before. Exactly like this. Even the barista's eyebrow twitch. That's déjà vu. And your brain just tripped over its own wiring. What's happening? Your brain accidentally files new information directly into long-term memory. So when the moment actually happens, your memory system flags it like, "Yep, we've done this before," even though it literally just happened 5 seconds ago. It's like walking into a brand new scene that your brain somehow already spoiler tagged. Scientists think it involves miscommunication between the hippocampus, memory center, and temporal lobe, time perception. Basically, your brain did a copy-paste and forgot it was still editing. Stress, sleep deprivation, and repetitive environments make it worse. If your days all blur together, your brain starts assuming everything is a rerun. Some researchers also think déjà vu might be a mini reboot, like your brain momentarily resyncing perception and memory. One frame ahead, that's all it takes. But then there's jamais vu, the opposite. You look at a word and it feels wrong, or your own name looks like gibberish. Even your hand feels like it belongs to someone else. Yeah, that's your brain tripping backward. Déjà vu isn't a prophecy. It's not fate. It's not a glitch in the matrix. It's just your brain going, "We've totally been here before, probably." Number 4, memory lags. You're mid-conversation telling a story, killing it, then suddenly, silence. One word, gone. It was right there. And now your brain's acting like it never existed. You panic. You gesture. You say, "Wait, what's the word?" And the longer you stall, the more the word vanishes like a guilty raccoon in a trash can. This is a working memory dropout, and it's totally normal. Your brain's trying to juggle what you're saying, thinking ahead, watching for reactions, and maybe avoiding that weird smell in the room. Something's gonna fall, and it's usually the word you really needed. Your prefrontal cortex, the executive planner, hits pause, not delete, just pause, because the word's still in your brain somewhere. You just can't access it while multitasking. And of course, it comes back later, in the shower, at 3 a.m. in line at CVS, and it always arrives with the kind of confidence that feels insulting. Oh, were you looking for accordion? Silly you. What's worse, people think you're spacing out, but no. You're having a full-blown search and rescue mission inside your skull. And when it happens in front of a group, you have to pretend it was a dramatic pause, a stylistic choice, a performance. It wasn't. It was a brain hiccup. Next time it happens, don't panic. Just smile and say, "Sorry, my brain took a coffee break without me." Number 3, false memories. You remember that vacation, right? The cabin, the weird dog, that guy who juggled pineapples. You told that story so many times it has to be real, but it's not. False memories are terrifyingly easy to build. Your brain isn't a GoPro. It's a sketch artist on a deadline. Every time you recall something, you're not playing a tape. You're rebuilding it from vibes. Here's how it works. Your brain stores fragments, sounds, feelings, images, but not the whole picture. So when you remember, you fill in gaps using whatever's handy. Someone else's version of the story, a photo you saw, or something you just assumed. Over time, your memory hardens, but not because it's accurate, because you keep repeating the lie. And repetition feels like truth. Scary, right? This is why eyewitness testimony is unreliable, and why you swear your childhood bedroom was blue when it was definitely beige. It's also why conspiracy theories stick. If it feels right, it becomes real. Your brain wants coherence, and sometimes it'd rather lie to you than leave a question unanswered. Even confident people are more susceptible. Because confidence boosts belief, not accuracy. So yes, your friend who swears that happened might be confidently wrong. Next time you remember something vividly, pause. Did it really happen, or did your brain just give you its best guess? Number 2, time slips. Ever scroll for just 5 minutes? Then it's suddenly 2 a.m. and you're watching a guy deep fry a shoe? Yeah, you time traveled, and your brain drove the machine. This is called temporal distortion, and it's your brain's way of lying about how long things take. It doesn't use clocks, it uses events. And if you're doing something repetitive, scrolling, gaming, data entry, rage-eating Doritos, your brain thinks nothing's happening. So time compresses. Meanwhile, a single awkward meeting can feel like an eternity. Why? Because there are too many micro-events. Body language, tension, your soul escaping. The prefrontal cortex estimates time based on how much your brain processes. So if input equals sign low, perception equals sign short, input equals sign chaos, perception equals sign hellscape. Trauma and stress do the same thing. They either stretch time, that car crash took forever, or erase it completely. I don't remember anything after that point. Also, when you hyper-focus, like deep into a creative project, your sense of time dissolves. That's not failure, that's flow state. But it's still a time lie. What's wild is your brain knows it's bad at time and tries to overcorrect, which is why you think something felt longer or went by too fast. That wasn't feeling, that was your brain failing at clocks. So if you've ever said, "Where did the day go?" the answer is your brain misplaced it. Again. Number 1, built-in censorship. You're having a normal day, then a smell, a word, a face. Suddenly your stomach drops, your chest tightens. You feel something, but don't know why. That's your brain, leaking. Sometimes your brain locks away traumatic memories, not forever, just until it thinks you're ready. Spoiler, you're never ready. This is trauma suppression, and it's real. Not like Hollywood amnesia, but more like your brain whispering, "Not now." When something horrific happens, emotional or physical, your amygdala freaks out. It tags the moment, danger. Then your hippocampus goes, "Cool, let's misfile that under never open again." But memory doesn't disappear, it waits, and sometimes it leaks out sideways, through anxiety, dreams, irrational reactions. You feel the effects before the memory returns. It can take years. A therapy session, a random sentence from a stranger. Then boom, it resurfaces, and now you're crying in the grocery store, holding a cantaloupe. Your brain's job isn't to give you truth, it's to keep you alive. And if lying, delaying, or deleting helps that, it'll do it. So next time you feel something and can't explain it, like dread from nowhere, remember, your brain might know something you don't, yet. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this. Subscribe to see them.